David Gordon Green began his career on a high note, creating the indie darling George Washington. But what possessed him to now take on directing a sequel to The Exorcist?
The power of Christ compels you!
Well, one of the things people ask me is, was it daunting to take this movie that every movie lover around the world knows this title, right? And to be the steward of a sequel to it, how dare you? And for me, it's a huge opportunity. It's the idea of being able to make something that has that reach, has the capacity to reach millions of viewers, get their attention, and make something that's meaningful to me.
A huge opportunity, especially considering he managed to lure Ellen Burstyn back for the first time in 50 years to reprise her role as Chris MacNeil.
Powerhouse opportunity to be able to not just convince her that she should be in our movie, but to become a collaborator of hers and to be inspired by her. We really had a wonderful time working together, and I think once I had her trust and she saw my intentions of making something that was more of a theological thriller than a contemporary horror movie, I think she was very intrigued by that.
Well, a theological thriller does sound intriguing, but Believer is not sure what it believes in. The original The Exorcist believed in a pair of priests who might have been flawed, but there was no doubt they were good men trying to save an innocent soul. But Believer dismisses both religion and science in favor of the idea that it takes a village to fight evil.
What do you think evil is? I'll tell you what I think it is.
I think it's a great way to illustrate negativity that we feel in our daily lives. We can point to something specific, a demon, and we can take our fears and our anxieties and we can try to defeat that with some ritual, some ceremony. And when something is unexplainable, it's nice to have a movie that can express those dramas and those horrors.
Believer expresses little drama and even less horror. It covers familiar terrain in uninspired ways and wastes its only asset, Ellen Burstyn.
And the devil never gives up.
And neither does a studio in search of a profit. But Universal spent $400 million for the rights to the franchise. And if this first film in its planned trilogy tanks, maybe we won't have to suffer through the rest. So my advice? Just go watch the original The Exorcist and savor how well crafted it was. Or seek out When Evil Lurks, the relentlessly bleak and brilliant Argentinian demonic possession film that Shudder is sneaking into theaters this weekend next to the inferior The Exorcist Believer. Thanks for watching. I'm Beth Accomando, KPBS Arts and Culture reporter, and I cover everything from theater to film reviews. So check out the playlist and subscribe. Thanks.